Hi, I'm Cheryl. Welcome to my channel, Homeridge Studio. If you are a subscriber, thank you for coming back. If not, please consider subscribing and tap the like button because it really helps me out. It helps my channel out. Anyway, today I have 3 projects: a camouflage wreath, a pumpkin pie plate floral, and 2 floral arrangements. One is partially store-bought and enhanced, and the other one is usually mostly Dollar Tree items. Anyway, let's get into it. So here is the first craft that we're going to make, and this is the camouflage wreath. And these are the items that you're going to need. From the Dollar Tree, a pumpkin wire wreath form. And this I got from the Dollar Tree too. I believe it's a size small, and it's a camouflage t-shirt. It has long sleeves on it. I didn't use that flower, but any kind of florals and picks of your choice. I love the faux leather leaves, so we're going to try to incorporate that. And also the, I don't know what you call it, a tag. One is a pumpkin, one is a maple leaf. I think this one says gather or thankful or something. Anyway, there's a couple different ones that you can get. Take the t-shirt, remove all the tags. Take the t-shirt and put it over the pumpkin, and this is stretchy t-shirt material. And then I just cut it off, cut the top off, make sure you don't get that little pink saying that's up there on the pumpkin. And then you take that off the pumpkin. So basically I just measured it, take it off the pumpkin, and I turned it inside out. And so now this is one whole piece, not the whole piece. This will make 2 pumpkins. So basically I'm just going to cut it down both sides so I have 2 pieces. And now I struggled with this for a while. I wasn't sure how to do this, but I figured it out. You just take it and put the material down flat on a surface, flat surface, and you take the pumpkin wreath where the pumpkin is curved, goes on top of that, like that. And don't pull it taut because you're going to want to see the lines of the pumpkin through the material. So the best way I figured how to do this was to, before I hot glued it, was to clip it to keep the material up there, and then hot glue it around the clips, and then remove the clips and hot glue that. You'll see what I mean in a second. And any leftover loose material, you can just fold it in. So you're going to fold it all in on itself, and you're just going to start hot gluing it where it touches the wire. So hot glue basically all of the wires. In the inside, because you're going to be able to see those wires through the pumpkin. And then any excess material, when you're all done hot gluing this, I just cut it off so it doesn't look like a big old glob of material on the back. And you just keep folding it in on itself like that. Be careful. Yes, I'm being very careful because I've burned myself a gazillion times with hot glue. And this is how I did the stem. I pulled that taut over the stem. And then, I glue the side and then fold the top down. And I put a clip there to hold that there so I can hot glue the other side. So glue the wire, or put glue on the wire, and then you can pull that taut over the stem. And then after that's dry, you can remove the clip and glue underneath the clip, and it'll stay. And that's what it looks like when it's done. And do you see how the material is loose? That's purposely so you can see the pumpkin image. Now we're going to take some jute twine from the Dollar Tree. And the best way I know how to do this is to just tie it in the back. And then just wrap it around, wrap it around, wrap it around. I think I put 2 wraps on that. And then when you get to the top, glue it and put a clamp on it. And then just start putting your picks up there. I wanted to make this look, because it's camouflage, I wanted the leaves and the greenery and everything I chose to really kind of camouflage into the pumpkin. And then I put that leaf up there, not the leaf, the white flower up there. And then I took this is a 2-piece thing. the leaf and the pumpkin, and I think this one says blessed on it. And I glued it up there, but I didn't like it. I didn't like that big white flower. It did not look natural. I wanted it to look natural. So I dropped that leather leaf down there, glued it underneath the leaf so you don't see it. I added a couple acorns, and then I took those little teeny white daisies and I stuck them in there, and I thought it looked more natural that way. So those are the only two, and excuse my closet on the side there. It's a little messy closet. I should have closed the doors, but I didn't. This is how we live. Anyway, but this is what it looked like, and I love it. I'm very proud of it, and there's just something different and unique and non-traditional. And this is the second craft, and it's a pumpkin pie plate, and it's a floral wall hanging. So I have these two chalk paints, and flowers and ribbon and whatever kind of enhancements you want to use, acorns, pit berries, whatever, pie plate from the Dollar Tree. These two chalk paints are hazelnut and truffle. You want to make sure your pan is clean, and I just literally put one coat on here. And then just on the outside, you're not going to see the inside because the pumpkins and the florals are going to be there, so just on the outside pan, not on the back. So one coat on the top and on the side. And then this got a little messy, but I wanted to put it on very lightly, and it came, I don't know, I guess it was just a little bit dark. So I took a baby wipe and I just started wiping it off because I wanted to just kind of slightly distress it so it looked two-tone, like a darker beige and a lighter beige. And so this is what it looks like when it's dry. And then you just take your 3 pumpkins, and these little ones from the Dollar Tree, and I think maybe one might be from Walmart, but they're kind of all the same price. They're all the same size. They fit perfectly in the pie pan. It's really hard for me to say 3 times. Say that 3 times. Anyway, just hot glue them down. And you can use any color. I just love the gold and the cream and the green together, but you can use any color that you want. If you like orange, you can use orange, orange and brown, blue. They have all kinds of colors of pumpkins these days, which, you know, is really kind of cool because it fits into anybody's decor. It really can. So anyway, after you're done with that, then you take this rope from the Dollar Tree, and I really hot glue that end there because the end will ravel. So I really get the glue in there really good. And then I just wrap the rope around that ledge of the pie pan and glue that down. And then obviously cut it at the end, and then I kind of really mashed that end into the other end so it's not as visible. So I put a lot of hot glue in there and took my little, well, I guess I took my scissors here, but usually I have my little spatula. And you just really mash that down and mash it together. And I should have said in the beginning, make sure or determine what you want the bottom of your pie pan to be. So mine is the green and the gold pumpkin. And that's where the rope is going to start and end, because we're going to put stuff there and hide it. Anyway, so now we're going to take that Spanish moss, also from the Dollar Tree, and we're just going to stuff it in there in all the little nooks and crannies where you can see the pan, all around the side and some in the middle. And there's my spatula. It's very helpful. Take the picks of your choice. These that I have in my hand are from Walmart. No, not Walmart, Hobby Lobby. And I know I probably got them at 40% off or more, I'm sure, because I don't buy anything, hardly anything ever for full price like this craft stuff. These were $3.99. I'm sure I got them for $2.50 or something like that, maybe $2. And these are a little bit thicker, so you're not going to want to use the scissors because you'll ruin them, so you want to use your wire clippers. And wire clippers aren't all that expensive, really. So invest in some of those before you ruin your scissors, because then you'll have to buy another new pair of scissors. Anyway, I clipped them all off, and I clipped those leaves off too, and I just started putting the little berries in. And you don't want them to be perfect. You don't want one on one end, one on the other end. You don't want it to match. You kind of want it to just put them kind of a little bit here and there and everywhere. So in other words, don't go around the whole pan. You can see what I'm doing here. And then I should have probably put the leaves down first, but I didn't. So now I'm going to have to tuck the leaves underneath, which is not a big deal. And then this is I think it's like wheat. And so I'm putting those in, and then those are the berries from the Dollar Tree. They're the like greenish coloring the greenish colored ones. And then if there's a little white berry, like part of the berry is missing, you just get some paint that matches it. Doesn't even have to match it perfectly, and just dab it on there, or you can even clip it out too. So now I'm just going through, I just pulled all of my flowers that kind of match, and all my grasses and greenery that kind of has those same colors in it. I just put a big, bunch down on the table, and I'm just kind of looking like, what do I think would go with my decor? What do I like? What matches? And you just start putting the different picks in. And like I said, don't make it perfect. Kind of make it, if one's pointing up, on the opposite side, maybe point the other one kind of sideways or down. Anyway, so just kind of eyeball it, and I thought it needed something a little bit more, so these acorns are from the Dollar Tree. And I just placed them in there, and I liked where they were, what they looked like in there, so I hot glued them. Now I'm going to take this ribbon that I bought from Hobby Lobby, and it was in the clearance section, and it was like, I think 75 cents or 79 cents or something like that. Cheaper than the Dollar Tree, but you can use the Dollar Tree stuff. But if you go to Hobby Lobby, Joann Fabrics, Michaels, even Target, thrift stores, look for this kind of stuff. I mean, I have found a ton of really great stuff even at thrift stores. You buy a wreath, you pull it all apart, you can use the wreath form. So I just tied this into a shoelace bow, and you kind of play with it a little bit, and I dovetailed the ends of it, and I'm just trying to figure out where I want to glue it in. And apparently I liked it right there, so that's where it goes. And then when I was done, I was like, oh yeah, okay, that looks great. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute, now what do? You put it on the counter? No, you probably want to hang it on the wall. So we're gonna put a hanger on it. Same rope that we used from the Dollar Tree. You're gonna find where the bottom is, and then you're going to place it on the back that's above the bottom, obviously. And give it, I think that's about 2 inches. You can make it longer, you can make it shorter. And then just hot glue that into place. And actually I only hot glued the bottom of that, but then I hung it on my wall, and then I realized it was kind of floppy, so I hot glued it more going up and just left a little bit on top to hang, on the wall. And you'll see it in a second. And there it is on my wall. You can see the top, how I glued it more so going all the way up. So for the third project, we are going to make this, and for the fourth one, make this. So for the first one, and they're different, This I bought from Home Goods and it was $5.99, and it already had this wood piece and it already had the rope on it and the glass jars in it. So I thought, you know, I'm gonna buy it and make something with it. I thought it was a decent price. These picks are the shorter ones and they're from the Dollar Tree. And of course we have ribbon and jute and picks. And I just, you know, go through your stash or go to the store, buy the pieces that all match together, and that's what you're gonna use. Just make sure everything somewhat matches. So I had these 3 picks, and this is so super easy. I didn't glue anything down. I just clipped them all with my wire clippers and kind of put them in the glass jars. But really, if you want this to last, you're going to want to glue the glass jars down. You're going to want to put styrofoam in the glass jars to poke your flowers in, and you're going to want to glue all that in. And so I thought it just looked kind of bare. So now I'm going to take this ribbon again. You can take whatever ribbon you like. I really love this maple leaf ribbon though from Hobby Lobby. And like I said, it was on clearance, but I like the pumpkin ribbon too, and that's from the Dollar Tree. And then I just glue it all around the top. And then you can see those jars are kind of lame. There's nothing in them. I would put Spanish moss. I would put the foam in there so you can put the flowers in, and then you really won't be able to see through it. But here, just for video purposes, I didn't glue anything down, but I'll go back in and glue it later. And these also are the berries from the Dollar Tree, and that's just super simple, and you see these everywhere. They're like $19.99, $24.99. Anyway, so if you can't find one of those at Home Goods, Marshalls, TJ Maxx, here's an option. These are ball jars. You can use them. You can use these Frappuccino glasses. I have used these before. It's kind of hard to get those sticky stickers off, but it's doable. Or you can do like an olive jar. I mean, and then I went to the Dollar Tree today, and there are so many different options you can use. But if you use this little, like, I think it's an olive jar, you can put 4 in there. But if you use these bigger ball jars, you're only going to use 2 because it won't fit anymore, and they fit in there very, very tight. So anyway, the antique Waverly Antique Wax is what we're going to use to stain the crates. And as you probably know, the crates are from Dollar Tree. Make sure you have wax paper down there to protect your surface and so the paint doesn't stick. So stain it everywhere, and I did not stain the insides, but you should. And you don't have to stain the 2 sides that you glue together because you're not going to see them. But I would stain the top, the bottom, all the sides, the whole thing. So these are also from Hobby Lobby, and they're just like little plastic half beaded rounds. I don't know what they are. They're like little plastic, they're like a half of a bead, I guess. And we're just going to use these as nail heads. And these were on clearance, did I say? They were 75%. I mean, that's a deal. So I bought both the gold and the silver. And I just put them on both sides. I didn't put them around the top because we're gonna put the ribbon around the top. And this is the pumpkin burlap ribbon from the Dollar Tree. And if you didn't want to use ribbon, you could use these little plastic beads. They look like nail heads, and you can put them on the top and the bottom on both sides. That's fine too. It's all what your taste is. And I would glue these pieces down to the wood crate too, the glasses. Now you can use jute twine from the Dollar Tree, or you can use the rope. And I figured I'll use the rope. This is what it looks like when it's done, and we're ready for our flowers. These are kind of the same colors, but they're slightly different flowers. I just grabbed something different to give you a little bit of a variation. But as you can see here now, I am hot gluing the foam down to the bottom. Then I'm putting in the Spanish moss. And I think this just gives it a nice touch. It just adds more interest, just other than seeing the stem through the glass jar or vase that you do so often see now in decor. And these are, you know, a little bit cheaper stems because they're all from the Dollar Tree, so you can tell they're cheaper. So the Spanish moss just kind of hides all that. And so I am just poking the bigger flowers first, and then these little teeny ones, you know, everywhere, in the front, in the back, on the sides, in the middle. And now I'm going to make a bow out of the twine, and you just wrap it around your hand. I don't know how many times I did it here. It looks like 6 or 7 times. And then you cut the end off, take it off your hand, and you kind of twist it together and wrap that one piece around. And then I tie it with the other piece. And you kind of got to play with it a little bit, but I just wrapped it around and then I stuck it up. You can see I'm pulling that out. You stick the end through there and then you pull it tight so it won't come loose. And we're going to hot glue it, so it's not going to come loose anyway. And you kind of fluffy it out a little bit. Now you can put it on the front like that, or you can put it on the glass jar, but I put it on the glass jar. And obviously clip the ends off. And this is what they look like together. The one on the left is the store-bought and the enhanced, and then the one on the right here are the crates from the Dollar Tree, and they're not all that much different. I mean, the colors are different, but in the crates slightly different, but there's not a whole lot of difference here, so there's a couple bucks less. I want to thank you once again for watching my video. I appreciate you, and please give me a big thumbs up, and if you haven't already, subscribe. Thanks. Have a great day. Bye.